Julie Chrisley is en route back to prison following her resentencing hearing last week. The Chrisley Knows best star seems to be taking the long way back to FMC Lexington, where she will serve the remainder of her sentence. It could possibly take Julie up to 60 days to be back in the Bureau of Prisons (BOP) custody. Here is what we know about Julie's resentencing and her upcoming travel back to Kentucky. Savannah lashes out following Julie's resentencing. Todd and Julie Chrisley were first sentenced to 19 years combined in prison in 2022 for bank fraud and tax evasion. They immediately began the appeals process. The couple reported to prison in January 2023. As fans know, Julie Chrisley attended her resentencing hearing in Atlanta, Georgia, on September 25. The court previously vacated Julie's sentence due to insufficient evidence that the reality star was involved in the crimes prior to 2007. However, the judge ruled to keep Julie's sentence the same. She received the same initial 84-month sentence that she received in 2022. Of course, there will be reductions for good behavior, and her sentence was already reduced by 14 months. As far as the court is concerned, though, the 7-year sentence was adequate for what she was convicted of. This came as a shock to her daughter, Savannah Chrisley, who thought that she'd receive some additional time off from her sentence. Savannah also publicly slammed the judge and prosecutor outside the courthouse following the hearing last week. The Chrisley Knows best star said the judge chastised her in court, stating that she'd been lying to Chloe and Grayson Chrisley about when Julie would be coming home. Upon leaving the courtroom, Savannah Chrisley called the prosecution uneducated. Julie Chrisley on the long road back to Lexington. Now, fans think that Savannah's words may have had an impact on Julie Chrisley behind bars. As previously reported, Julie was forced to take the long way to her hearing in Atlanta. She spent around 45 days on the road, give or take. This is something that wardens allegedly do to inmates who complain too much. Savannah has been extremely vocal about injustice in the prison system since her parents have been incarcerated. Many people believe that her comments have impacted how her mom and dad are being treated. Fans believe that Savannah is continuing to get her mom, Julie Chrisley, in trouble. One person took to Reddit to discuss it. They wrote, "I noticed they are sending JC back to Kentucky via the long route. It must be the same route she took to Georgia. She's still not in BOP custody. One day Sassy will learn to keep her mouth shut, but until then, enjoy the ride, Jules." It could potentially take up to 60 days for Julie Chrisley to return to FMC Lexington in Kentucky.